Hello guys, this is McKay from the BYU Multimedia Lab, and today I will be showing you how to use adjustment layers in Photoshop. Right here I have my original layer, my original photo, and let's say that I want to play around with the colors or the brightness, the contrast, play around with some of the saturation of this photo. How would I do that? There are multiple ways to do that in Photoshop, but the best way to do that is to use an adjustment layer to avoid destructive editing. I'll show you what I mean by that. So what you'll want to do is you'll come over here to your layers panel, and down here at the bottom you see this half moon button right here. If you click that, this pop-up window will come up and you will be able to choose what sort of adjustment layer you want added to your photo. Now there are lots of different options. We're going to stick with some of the more simple ones for today, so I'm just going to start with brightness and contrast. And once I've clicked that, you can see that a new layer has been added that is linked to my original layer, my original photo, and from here I can adjust the settings to alter the brightness of my photo. So I'm going to come up here to my properties panel and I'm going to adjust the brightness so that this photo, which was originally pretty dark, is going to look a bit brighter. I'm going to up the contrast too, just to compensate for that brightness. And presto, I have now made my photo a bit brighter and the colors contrast a bit more. Now something that is important to realize is when you're going to add an adjustment layer, make sure to click the button at the bottom of the layers panel as opposed to the top. This button at the bottom of the layers panel will add an adjustment layer. This one at the top will just sort your layers. So you want to avoid doing that. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to play with a color balance adjustment layer next. And from here I can adjust the color balance of my photo, maybe make it a bit more blue and green, and from here you can just play around with this. Now earlier I mentioned that using adjustment layers avoids destructive editing, and what that means is that by adding on these adjustments as new layers, I retain the information from my original photo right here in this background layer. If I had made these adjustments directly to the layer, that would have been called destructive editing. Those changes wouldn't have been as easily reversible, and I would have lost that information from my original photo. But because I've added these as new layers, I can quickly hide these changes that I've made and go straight back to my original photo. Now that's about it for adjustment layers today. Thanks for watching and best of luck in all your Photoshop endeavors.